Hello, welcome to CLSP Politics. Sean Briscoe speaking. So, Arizona, we're getting into August now. Finally got out of June and July are just brutal. And we finally got, out of all that and got into August. Now we're getting into the end of the 2026 primary season. Only just a few states left. So it's not too bad. So, real quick, uh, Arizona. So it's got some interesting possibilities here. When I was breaking down the math and looking at the finance reports, I like one. I like six. And six is a hard one because it's a big piece of geography. And I like two, believe it or not. It's huge, but it's not impossible. Um, Especially in this cycle. Uh, so one, six, two, five is really red, and I don't know if just not the right candidate, not enough money. I don't know what's going on there. But five and eight should be winnable, but they're just not. Tells me Arizona's got a lot of retired older voters that are in those districts. And when you see a small district like that that's as red as those are, it's usually what that means. And then when you look at how they vote, yeah, it's very, very very red. Eight and five. Uh, but what's interesting about five is that it's not necessarily white. In fact, the majority of it is a minority. So uh, definitely something to look at there. Eight's even got a little bit. Maybe they just need better outreach to the minority populations. All politics is local. It's really hard to tell at this height, at the altitude in which I'm looking at these states, exactly what's going on there. But I'll bet money there is a magic key to breaking into those. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm on I've got my own website, clsppolitics.com, YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Substack. If you want to donate to my YouTube channel, you can do that through PayPal. I've got a link there. It's PayPal at CLSP Politics. And then if you'd like to become a sustaining member of my Substack, there's a $5 a month Substack membership. I also have a free membership. Cool thing about the membership is that we're going to be doing a lot of not free, uh, kind of exclusive interviews and papers and live events. So if you want to be part of that, you can do that there. So District 1, so many candidates running for this District 1 seat. I was like, oh my God. Not many of them have raised much money, and none of the Republican candidates had anything filed on the FEC, which tells me the Democrats are running in this seat. And Jonathan Treble is sitting at 1.3 million, and he is by far the leader. Rick McCartney is also running, but he's got some cash on hand, but he's also got a bit of debt. So if you're looking at just flat out who's raised some serious cash, yeah, it's Jonathan Treble for sure. District 2, yeah, Eli Crane's the incumbent, and the Republican sitting at 1.6. Just Jonathan Nez has raised a good chunk of change as of September, so I'm hoping to see that he's at 7 digits. He's one of the ones I'm going to be looking at. District 2 is just a real difficult seat, but not impossible. Like I said, it's one of the ones I liked. It's got a huge minority contingent up in the north, but just geography, man. It's just a lot of space that you've got to run in. That means multiple headquarters, lots of different integrated field programs, lots of media. Social media is going to be key in this one for a Democrat to win against the sitting incumbent. So definitely one that I'll be watching. 3 is another one that's kind of interesting. It's got a Democrat not going anywhere, sitting at $500,000, a little bit of debt, but nothing substantial, and probably have all that paid off by the December filing anyway. So And then you go to 4, Democrat incumbent. Not a lot going on here. The Democrats have raised, uh, you know, a good chunk of change, but the Republicans have raised even more for District 5. You're looking at quite the primary battle for District 5. This is the one I don't really understand, that I need to go dig a little bit further into. And I'm sure some of you guys, maybe some of you live in District 5, you can help us all out. You can leave a comment or something. It's a small district. The bottom half of it's majority. Something's going on here. So the Republicans are the only game in town. If you look at the money that's been raised, you got 3 candidates, all 6 digits. And when you look at Democrats, I don't even have one. So it tells me probably wealthy, retired, white, kind of owning and operating the district. But this is one of those sleeper districts. You just never know. So it'll be interesting to see how all that plays out. If you haven't already, you can like and subscribe and go to the various different places my channel is located. If you're thinking about running for office, check me out. You can go to clsppolitics.com. You can email me at Sean@clsppolitics. Cool. So then we go to District 6. Lots of Democrats running in this seat. The incumbent's sitting at 2.3 million, and none of the Democrats have raised any real money yet. This is also one that is just huge. It's enormous. You're looking at field programs in rural, which are very expensive. I've said this a few times in a few of the other videos, when we're looking at larger congressional districts, one of the things the way you can see how expensive a program is going to be, one of the base metrics that you can look at is what is the distance between door A and door B in a field program when you're knocking on doors, right? Well, in urban areas, they're very tight. Suburban areas, they're actually very, very tight together. And in rural areas, those expand out. And that becomes problematic because now for a paid field program, of course, you're paying people by the hour. So how much of that hour is being spent traveling from point A to point B? So you can divide the cost of, let's just say labor, not talking administrative or my job or any of the other stuff, or even the door hanger. If you're just talking about labor, getting your canvassers from point A to point B, you can divide the number of doors they're able to do in an hour by however much you're paying them per hour, which is usually in the neighborhood of about $20. So if you're doing 20 doors an hour in an urban or suburban environment, that's a buck a door. That's not too bad. But if you get that down to, that price can easily double or even triple in a rural area. So now or quadruple, if you're only doing 5 doors an hour because you got to drive, you're not even walking anymore. You're in a truck or a car and you're going from door to door because that's the only way to do it. And it's still 5 minutes between each door. That's, yeah, you're now 5 times more expensive than a rural canvas. An urban or suburban canvas. So you can see how that math works out. Gets real expensive. Again, District 7, you've got a Republican primary that is, you've got a Democratic candidate sitting there doing pretty good, but not raising a lot of money. You've got a Republican in there that is raising money. So this is probably one that's going to be fought over. District 8's the other one. I'm not really sure what the problem is here. It's a relatively small district, but it's red. You've got an incumbent that has not raised a lot of money, and you got Democrats that haven't raised any money at all. So this is an interesting one that is I'll probably have to dig deeper into to really understand. Arizona's been that way pretty much across the board. It's just a lot of really weird districts that do strange. When you look at the math, it's like math is a mathing, and I don't know why. And there's always a reason. Always a reason why. Just there's blank spots. We don't have the full equation yet. Again, you got another Republican only saying 142,000, and hardly a Democrat's raised any money. This district is huge, not just because of the geography, but also it's long. Long districts are just really hard because you for sure are going to have like 3 or 4 congressional headquarters, which is just money. And it's the utilities, it's the rent, it's the staffing, just gets really, really expensive. These districts are just hard to unseat an incumbent, simply the logistics and cost. Well, thanks for watching. That was Arizona. Like and subscribe if you haven't. You can go to my YouTube page. There's a PayPal where you can donate, help us continue doing these videos. Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, Substack. You can become a paid member of the CLSP politics community, where you'll be able to see interviews and papers, and really where we're going to dig a lot deeper than some of these large, broader videos onto what's really going on in the 2026 cycle. So I hope to see you guys there. All right. Well, have a great day. Bye.